Good morning. I mean, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, but it's still morning to me. And I don't want to hear about it. I get out of bed when I want, I go to bed when I want, and I generally work with no pants on. So it's a pretty good lifestyle. What's everybody doing there today? Everybody enjoying their day? And Mike, thanks for joining. We'll take a look at a couple of charts here this morning. I actually just got out of all my trades just recently, like literally a few minutes ago, sort of in anticipation of a dip happening here, which may or may not happen right now, but that's okay. I'll be watching. Still have all my charts open from yesterday's video as well, so I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit on a couple of these calls. But really, in all reality, everyone's a genius because you could have bought any coin and made money. Almost any coin. I guess it depends on how much percentages you need to gain in order to determine that you made money, but I don't need a huge percentage. I just trade using a little bit of leverage, and I can make big percentages with small movements. Okay, let me just get set up here, and then we'll flip over to a screen share. Ooh, Bitch Cash actually went up quite a bit, didn't it? I wasn't trading in that. Okay, let's get into here for a second. Jacques Philip, thanks for joining. Joseph, sounds like me. What? Sleep when you want, get up when you want, and work with no pants on? It's pretty good, isn't it? I love it. Johnny, thanks for joining. Okay, let me get over here to my screen share. How's that? Working? Okay, screen share on. Oh, did I hide all my porns? I think I hid all my porns, guys. I think it's safe. Family friendly. Okay, so actually, first thing you're going to do is start with a daily chart, as I generally do. And on my daily charts, I like to have my TD sequential, which is not up. So I guess I lost some of my charts. So we'll go indicators, TD. We want Tom DeMark sequential indicator. Which one do I use? The one by Glass, I think. And I want this one, I believe. Okay, so in case you're wondering, this is Tom DeMark sequential indicator, TD sequential. Sort of one of the indicators that I like to use on my daily charts. I mean, it can be used on any time frame. I just think it's kind of useless on lower time frames, but on the daily time frame, I really like it just to sort of help track, you know, the progression of things, right? So here's the daily chart. What do I have to say about it? I mean, the TD sequential is actually, you know, quite a bit undecided here at the moment. This actual candle here originally painted as a red 1 when it dropped down and traded much below the green 9, and then it unpainted itself because it returned up back into a neutral territory. So 9, 10, 11, so this would be 12 here right now. And if this goes up much more, I don't think this will be painted as a red 1 either. Based on the daily chart, though, based on TD sequential, I would still be anticipating a little bit more of a dip. I would still be anticipating that 7,500 area before we pumped again, but it's just so mixed right now. So the other bit of information that we do have is the moving average crossovers are happening. We have our green, in our small time frame cluster, that is, it's starting to cross over. That's a bullish indicator. MACD is still bullish. MACD is actually looking very bullish at the moment, but is starting to curve. RSI is actually, it bounced off like basically right at 50 or 51. That's a pretty good indicator. Moving averages are crossing over to the top side. So the only things that I would say are bearish indicators right now is that we do have a red 1 painted, which in this particular case means absolutely, you know, next to nothing. And we do have rejection here. This is clear rejection up to 55 EMA on our 8 and 9 bounce there, which is a little bit, well, it's not really tweezer top, but it's kind of similar to a tweezer top. Really mixed because we have rejection bearish rejection on the 55 EMA, and we have bullish rejection right here on the 8 EMA. So a lot of mixed indication there. Overall, I think there's more bullishness on this particular chart than bearishness. I mean, given our indicators down here, it still looks rather bullish. The only thing, this is where it looks a little bit bearish. You see on our histogram, we're actually down ticking. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of bearish. So MACD does have some mixed indication. The reason we're down ticking is because we're not going up as fast as we were. Because we're starting a curve, we're still going up on our MACD line, but we're going up at a slower pace. So that's why we're down ticking on the histogram. That's rather bearish, actually. Yeah, so daily chart, lots of mixed indicators. I wouldn't really be trading on the daily chart right now. I'd be looking to see what it does. I want some kind of confirmation here. So I think 7,500 is still a possibility on the daily chart. And then on the top side, our next, if we can get above this 55 EMA, our next point of rejection will be up here at the 100 EMA, which is approximately at 9,000. But again, a lot of mixed indicators, so I'm really not interested in trading the daily chart right now. But it really gives no clear indication one way or the other. 12-hour rejection on the 100 EMA. But we're in a position where it could break. Given where the RSI is on the 12-hour, if we break up, I would say one more leg up, maybe to the 87 to 9,000 range, but we're going to end up in very overbought territory on the RSI, and then we would end up coming down pretty hard. Now, MACD actually says that we should probably be coming down now. You see our histograms coming back near center because we're looking near a crossover. I mean, it's possible we could curve and go up some more, but based on MACD is actually saying we should probably take a drop right now. So between the 12-hour and the daily, quite a few mixed indicators. I wouldn't really want to be trading on that. If you didn't make a buy in the dip down here when we bounced on the EMA and on the previous trend line, then I don't think playing anywhere up here is really smart at the moment. 4-hour BTC. Well, 4-hour kind of, the 4-hour actually says, look, MACD on the 4-hour crossed over to the positive side. RSI pointing upward again. It did come below 50, bounced about 44. It's got some room to go, but there's a lot of possibilities here. We are still trading above the EMA cluster, and that's kind of really good. That's a bullish indicator. Our cluster came together, it squeezed, and now it's separating again in the proper fan direction. That's a bullish indicator. All of our crossovers are happened. They're not current indicators anymore, but it says they indicated bullishness. It's just not a current indicator. So MACD is actually crossing over to the bullish side. RSI has, it's indecision, but it's possible to go up. So really the 4-hour chart agrees with my idea where we may take one more leg up before coming down. And definite maybe. And actually we'd be coming up here. This would be, also a resistance area based on this peak over here. So yeah, I mean, a lot of mixed indicators right now based on the higher time frames. But I see two things as a possibility. One, we could plummet from right here. The other one is we go to 9K and then plummet. So that's a possibility. Boom. So that's a possibility. The other possibility is we just die right out of here. And if we come out of here, somewhere between the 77 where the 100 EMA is and 75 is probably where I would say bottom would be. So there's my kind of two possibilities here at the moment. Actually, if you look at this pattern, it looks really head and shoulders like. So if you kind of look at this, there's definitely a H&S pattern in there. So that's a possibility. Definitely options in there, but those are two options. I don't know if I'd really be trading. I'd probably, if we get higher, I'd probably trade the breakout and look for 9K, or you know, even to be safe, like 88 or 8900 exit might be okay. But too much mixed indicators, guys. Too many mixed indicators. So what do we have on the hourly? Let me get rid of these because it's going to transfer all my lines into every time frame here the way that I am using this right now. Hourly chart, MACD is very tight to center. Really in a decision moment. That really doesn't tell us a whole lot. RSI is definitely clearly uptrending on RSI. You can tell RSI is uptrending. Has room to go. Really, so this basically on the 1 hour says exactly what I'm saying, where we could take one more leg up. And once we take one more leg up, we're going to be severely overbought and we got to come down. I don't know if that's really enough room to get to 9K or not, but it's definitely a possibility. Other bullish indicators are we're definitely bounced on the trend line. We definitely are trending upwards in relation to our EMAs. Like you can see, first we bear trapped below the 100, and then we're basically bouncing on the 100, bouncing on the 55, bouncing on the 21. And so that part's trending up, and that's you know, that's a fairly bullish indicator, but only in the short term, really. So based on all these indicators, I think that one more leg up is possible. I just think it's a dangerous trade to buy it right now. I think if you didn't buy the dip when RSI was low, it doesn't really make any sense to be buying up here right now. I think waiting is the best option. What's the 15 tell us here? 15-minute RSI is declining, but pretty well staying above center. MACD completely useless at the moment. Really hard to tell anything with this MACD. It's just because like this, I know like we're trending upward. It's just really weird. Like everything's a shooting star, you know, like I got shooting stars all on the top. We got hammers all along the bottom, long wicks everywhere. That's very eerie. That tells you there's a lot of indecision. Like the price is just staying in this particular zone at the moment. It could go either way. Our EMA cluster is very, very tight together. So based on, I know we're trending upward right now, but I think, like myself, I think it's too late to be trying to buy Bitcoin to day trade it today. Back here we had RSI right down in the bottom, would have been a good buy. RSI went oversold here, would have been a good buy. And if you didn't catch those spots, I think it's too late and pointless to buy here right now. So I think unless we get some, you know, clear breakout or something, then clear breakout, and then I would buy the next dip, or else, yeah, I'm waiting for a dip on Bitcoin right now. I don't think it makes any sense to be buying right now. None whatsoever. Even if it does go up, I don't experience FOMO like most people do. Like, I don't know, a lot of you guys probably see a big green dildo on a chart. You know, you see a big green dildo, and whether you actually buy or you don't, you see a big green dildo, and then you start thinking to yourself, oh, damn, I should have bought that. I should have done this. I should have done that. You know, and then you psych yourself into this FOMO mentality, and it's really the wrong way to go. So, I mean, Bitcoin can green dildo like this and pump $1,000 right now, and it would not hurt my feelings whatsoever. I will not feel like I missed anything because I didn't. So you got to remember, when you don't trade, you have a 100% guarantee you will not lose money, right? And if you maintain that mindset, maintain that thought all the time, you will feel a lot better at the end of the day. Trust me on that one. Okay, moving on to other things. I traded EOS. I caught the most recent pump here on EOS. I bought this little dip. I just took a very, very short-term trade on it, and it went into this massive shooting star. So I sold out as the shooting star was coming down, And right now I'm sort of waiting for a dip here again. I don't know if it's really going to take another leg up. I think this shooting star is a little bit scary here at the moment. I think we really got to wait for a dip to come down. Probably back to the 55 EMA anyway. So by the time we get there, I don't know, $9.10, something like that. Maybe down to the 100 EMA, but probably at least I think I'm waiting for a dip down to the 55 EMA before I try buying EOS again. But EOS is definitely trending upwards as well. Now, the reason that I'm still interested in this, and like I say, I'm not really interested in Bitcoin, is because like the percentage difference, like this from this point here, this dip to this peak is like, I don't know, what is that? So I got $9.20 to $9.40. So 20 cents on $10 is, or on $9. I mean, I got like 2.5% that you can gain on just one of these little pumps that happen fairly quickly, right? And so I'm interested in buying the dips on this. I mean, just buy a dip and sell the top. It's really, there's really good percentage gains to be made in there, as opposed to Bitcoin. You go to Bitcoin and let's say you're trading in this trend on Bitcoin. If you bought here and sold up here, I mean, you have a difference of, you got 81.20 to 80, you got a difference of $100, you know, on 8,000. So what's that? 1.1, 1.2%. That's if you get a big pump, and most of them are a lot smaller. Yeah, so given the percentage differences, I'm looking for, you know, larger pumps on Bitcoin than I am on, you know, something like EOS. But when you're looking in terms of percentages, these little legs are fairly large and there's fairly good money to be made. So that's kind of why I'm watching that. OMG is the other one. I just made very good on OMG. Actually, I bought OMG yesterday, and then this pump happened while I was sleeping this morning. And that would have been absolutely great. I would have made a shitload of money if I could have sold in this pump. And then I would have been able to buy again because we bottomed out based on, you know, my EMA strategy. We're tapping down. We're finding support that down at the 100 EMA, 55 EMA. I would have made a buy in there. Could have made, you know, double my money on that. Unfortunately, I didn't wake up until after this pump already happened, and I hodled it through this dip. So anyway, I did actually profit this whole little end here, and it looks like it might even go another leg. Wow, but I'm out. I sat out. Lower time frames were getting very high. I sold higher than it is. Actually, I could buy back in here right now, and it'd be like a, I don't know, at least a 1% difference from my sell to my buy. Look at that. It might go again. And it's still very bullish. Like I'm out at the moment due to the way RSI was, the way that I was seeing the order book. I figured we'd come down quite a bit more than this. I thought this might have been, you know, the dip. I want to catch a dip like this and buy again. But everything here right now is looking like one more leg up is possible. Now EOS, I have this big shooting star, so if we quote unquote leg up, I don't think that we'll get above this shooting star before the dip happens, so not interested. OMG, I think it's a little late to be trying to play this leg. The last leg I played very well. Actually, this whole pump I played very well on this. This last leg, I mean, I hodled through that. I thought about selling up in here, but the order book still looked pretty good. There's still bullish movement happening on the order book, so I liked it. But now what we have, we do have MACD that's definitely down ticking. So if we do leg up one more shot, I don't think that it's going to continue. I think that will end up coming back down here. So I'm looking to buy dips right now. Monero's been trending upward. Everything's kind of the same pump and trend upward kind of thing. So I don't know. A dip's got to be coming here. Yeah, Monero, same thing. Litecoin's been on a tear. This is what I told you guys the other day. When we pumped like this and we broke out of this side trend, told you guys it's going to come down. It's going to bounce off of either this top here or the 55 EMA, which are about the same price, and then it's going to pump up to about here, which it did, and now we're waiting for the next move at the moment. And what do we have? Between this point, I got some bearish divergence going on, though. That's definitely, you got RSI here trending downward, right? And you got price action that went up on chart, right? Price action went up, so we definitely have divergence there. So if we did leg up another leg, I think we're coming down. We're in a divergence. Price needs to come down. We need to reset our indicators right now, I think. So definitely not a buy there, but a short is possible. So there's two ways that I may play something like Litecoin. Even these other coins, like if EOS legged up again, I'd probably take a short on it. But yeah, on Litecoin right now, I think if it legged up, I would take a short. Otherwise, if we break down, I would take a short. I'm not looking for long positions on Litecoin right now. I don't think it's smart to be buying up here. I think it's buying the breakout would have been okay, or buying the retrace off the breakout would have made a bunch of money. Fine. But buying up here is just pure FOMO. Absolute pure FOMO. I think it's got to take a dip. Now, if we dip on Litecoin, buy options, I mean, maybe 55 EMA, but that's not going to be enough to reset our indicators. If we can get down around 100 EMA or back down to, you know, this horizontal support line, that would be enough to reset indicators and make new moves. But of course, if we get that low, we could begin a downtrend at that point as well. So I've got, you know, it's to me, it looks too risky right now to be making buys. But in the event of a FOMO pump, because we are in a divergence, if we do get any pump action going upward, I think I would be looking at short positions right now in Litecoin. Ripple, same thing. I said, guys, I told you guys to watch this pattern, right? I didn't buy Ripple. Trading other coins, but I did mention this pattern. We were in a bull pennant, and if we break out to the top side, we would probably gain ourselves another 10-15 cents. So on breakout, what are we up so far? I guess that's only about 6 cents we're up right now, 6 or 7 cents. That's fine. That's, well, 7 cents on 70 cents is 10%. That's a hell of a trade. So if you did buy this breakout, or you did buy, look, like there's also reaches. Anytime you have a breakout, so we broke out and then the price comes down to retest the top side of the breakout, the top side of your previous resistance then becomes support. So a lot of time, rather than trying to buy the breakout, because it could be a fake out, right? What you'll do is wait for a pump, and then when the price will retrace, it always retraces, always a retrace, right? Or 99% of the time there's a retrace. And then buy it back down once support confirms again, and then you can catch the meat of the move and be a little bit safer than just buying immediately on the first little candle that it breaks out, right? So, but yeah, that's totally, this candle here was a breakout indicator. Wait for the retrace, buy the retrace, it would have been great. So I just gotta pat myself on the back and toot my own horn for giving you guys that piece of advice yesterday, I think yesterday. And Litecoin as well, I said it's gonna retrace and go, right? That was good. That worked out very well. And then, I mean, I did tell you guys all the coins. I told you I was watching OMG. I told you I was watching EOS. Those are some of the coins I've been watching lately. Since Bitcoin's been, you know, relatively stable in this 8,000 range for a few days now. Yeah, altcoins were definitely a good play. And of course, I'm margin trading my altcoins on Finex rather than trying to bag hold. But yeah, guys, that's kind of that's what I see here right now for Bitcoin and all the other coins. I think everything's a bit dangerous. I think a dip is inevitable. And I think buying the dip is the smartest move at the moment. So anyway, let me switch back the camera here. Then I will check and see if you guys have any questions or comments or anything over in the chat channels. Okay. All right, let me scroll up here. Okay, what do we have? KBC launches tomorrow. I have no idea what KBC is. No idea. Owen, Stephen, Graham, Robbie, thanks for joining. Which is the best cryptocurrency? Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency. Absolutely. Has the most users, has the best store of value, has arguably the most secure network, has proof of work. It's not a scam coin like 9 out of 10 ICOs that are out there. Bitcoin is the best currency, absolutely. No questions over on YouTube, but if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to talk about, anything I should cover, anything I can do for you, drop them down in the chat, either on YouTube or on Facebook, and I'll check those out. Sort of yesterday, I was on another piece of news. I know some of you guys are interested in my mining ventures that I have going on. I get quite a few questions about that often as well. I just haven't been covering it so much because the hardware markets right now are, I think it's very dangerous to be buying mining hardware right now because of all the changes that are occurring, whether that be ASIC or GPU mining. Like in ASICs right now, Bitmain's just selling off a bunch of garbage as far as I'm concerned. I'd be waiting for new technology, the next series of miners to be coming out, probably towards summer, June, July, something like that. Third quarter be July 1st, right? And then even in the GPU market, we now have announced that there are new NVIDIA GPUs and I think AMD GPUs coming out this year in probably third quarter. So yeah, they've announced that there will be new GPUs. So I think buying current GPUs, now if you want to buy a GPU and build a gaming computer, go ahead and buy a used GPU. That's fine. Get yourself a used 1080 Ti as the market starts flooding. Right now they're still a little pricey, but once the new ones come out, the market's going to flood. And if you guys want to pick up a used GPU for your gaming computer, that'll be the time to do it. And just make sure you get it as cheap as possible because they will be mining cards and they will have already been heavily abused. I'm probably going to buy a used 1080 Ti for my computer right now. I currently have a 980 Ti, and I think I'll upgrade to a 1080 Ti for my computer just for the added video power. Shit, I might even put two of them in there. I got the power to do it. But as far as a mining rig, if you guys are going to build a mining rig, you always want to be buying the latest hardware, and the latest hardware is about to come out. So I wouldn't be overpaying for outdated hardware right now. I'd be waiting. So I haven't covered it too much, but I still do have my Antminer A3 or my Siacoin miner running upstairs. And you remember, guys, I told you that hashboard number 3, it failed and I had to send it to China, and they sent me a repaired or replacement board for it. It's a different serial number, so it must be a replacement. And I put that in. Everything was working good for a while, but now that board has failed again. The hashboard number 3 and these freaking miners are horrible. So it died again. But this time, like, I don't think that board has made me the money it cost. It cost me like $150 to send it to China for them to just send me a replacement, right? So, and I don't think I got my 150 bucks back on that hash board in the time that it's been mining. So I think I'm out. I don't know. I might get a multimeter and do some testing and see if it's just a diode or something that's blown on it, or a memory chip or capacitor or some kind of controller. I have no idea yet, but I was thinking I might see if maybe I can fix it myself, because it has exactly 6 ASICs that are dead, and if the rows have 6 ASICs across, and there's I think it's a capacitor at the top of each row, so it could be just one of those capacitors blown, and if that's the case, I can probably replace it myself. So that'd be an interesting experiment for an on video recorded thing. But yeah, so once again, I'm down to only 2 hash boards, losing 1/3 of my income, and it's just going to stay that way. I'm not getting it fixed again. But yeah, so I'm still mining, just not covering it a whole lot because the hardware markets suck. So I haven't been able to, I haven't bought any new hardware, I haven't built any new miners, but yeah, totally still going. And incomes are starting to come up again. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's about all I have to talk about. If there's no questions, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Nothing on YouTube. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me then. I'm going to get back into some charts here and see if I can find some good buys or some good shorts today. And a couple other projects here I want to get working on, such as do my dishes and clean my kitchen. It's got to be done. So until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Ciao for now.